Good afternoon and welcome to Wilderspool Stadium for this Slalom Lager Championship game between Warrington and Dewsbury. The teams for this afternoon game are Warrington, number 1, Brian Johnson, number 2, Brian Carvett, number 3, Mark Foster, at 4, Ron Dwayne, 5, Rick Thackeray, at 6, Steve Peters, 7, Paul Bishop, at 8, Les Boyd, 9, Kevin Tamati, 10, Bob Jackson, 11, Tommy Gittins, at 12, Dave Allen, and 13, Gary Sanderson. The substitutes for Warrington are Tony Hodgson and Paul Ford. The Dewsbury side at 1, John Moore, 2, Sean Dunford, at 3, Pat Howley, 4, Mick Collins, at 5, Dennis Bailey, 6, Paul Shuttleworth, at 7, Don Richardson, 8, Keith Mason, 9, Graham Marsden, 10, Sean Walmsley, 11, Paul Broxholm, 12, Jeff Leary, and 13, Chris Squires. Substitutes for Dewsbury are Andy Cooper and Paul Jennings. The referee, Mr. Allett of Southport. And it will be Dewsbury who will get the game underway, playing from right to left. In the red, amber and black, Warrington in the white strip with the primrose and blue band. So Paul Shuttleworth gets the game underway. And it's taken by Dave Allen. Tamati's acting halfback. On to Les Boyd supporting the headband this afternoon. And the referee penalises Keith Mason of Dewsbury and gives Warrington the free kick, which Paul Bishop takes and puts it into touch into the Dewsbury half of the field. Tamati with the tap, on to Jackson. Jackson though well tackled by Broxholm and Mason. Tamati, this time it's Gittins, into the Dewsbury 25. Tamati once more, sends it left to Bishop, sends it right to Peters. Peters caught in possession by Sean Walmsley. Boyd, dummies, brought down on the Dewsbury 25. Tamati once more, onto Bishop. Bishop with the kick through. Taken well though by John Moore. John Moore finally brought down by Steve Peters. Mick Collins for Dewsbury. Goes himself on the play of the ball. Brought down though by Steve Peters. Marsden. This time a good run from Sean Walmsley, brought down short of his own 25. Marsden once more, sends it right, Shuttleworth. That time it was Jeff Leary. Marsden once more to Shuttleworth. Paul Broxholm. Dewsbury still in this own 25, 6 tackle. Shuttleworth trying to come away with the ball. And caught in possession, that's the 6th tackle in the turnover. Sets Warrington up in the Dewsbury 25. Tamati onto Gittins. Gittins, well tackled up by Keith Mason. Tamati once again, onto Jackson. Jackson drives in. This time it's Dave Allen. Dave Allen shoots one way, stops short of the Dewsbury line. This time it's to Boyd, and Boyd goes over for the first try of the game. Les Boyd opens the scoring for Warrington. A try under the posts. So Paul Bishop to try and convert the Les Boyd try. In front of the posts. And over. Making the score Warrington 6, Dewsbury 0. So Shuttleworth restarts for Dewsbury, taken by Gary Sanderson. Tamati on to Jackson. Once again, Tamati on to Paul Bishop. Bishop on to Gittins. Gittins can't hold the pass. And a knock on. And the first scrum of the game. Don Richardson for Dewsbury feeds the ball. And they'll try again. And a free kick to Dewsbury. Shuttleworth comes over and puts the ball into touch inside the Warrington 25. Marsden will take the tap. Onto Shuttleworth. But a good tackle there on Sean Walmsley by Les Boyd. Richardson gets the ball away. Brock's home. Richardson goes himself. Marsden onto Shuttleworth. A long pass, well taken though by Mark Collins. He's finally tackled by Steve Peters. John Moore onto Marsden. Once again, well tackled by Steve Peters. Sixth tackle, Shuttleworth with the kick, hanging over the Warrington line, but will go dead. And Warrington have a tap from their own 25. Tamati takes it quickly onto Gittins. Gittins brought down by Sean Walmsley. Tamati, Sanderson. Once again, Tamati onto Dave Allen. Allen onto Jackson. Jackson though just can't hold the pass. And Keith Mason comes away with it. Finally, it was Jeff Leary who was brought down for Dewsbury. Shuttleworth. And it's Les Boyd and Mark Foster. In fact, Mark Foster pitches the ball off Keith Mason before he's tackled by Mark Collins. And now Les Boyd and Mason a tangle as Jackson has it onto Bishop, onto Sanderson. Sanderson makes a few yards before he's brought down by Paul Broxholm. This time it's Bishop onto Gittins. Peters back inside to Johnson. Johnson dummies and it's brought down finally by Chris Squires. Tamati onto Bishop. To Gittins, long pass out. And Matt Foster has to go back and pick the ball up. This time it's Boyd on to Steve Peters. A good pass out to Carbett. Carbett's got space. He beats his opposite numbered Bailey. He's only got the fullback to beat. He's going for the corner. Was a good tackle by the fullback, John Moore. Came over well as Brian Carbett was going for the corner. Started by the good pass from Steve Peters. Carbett got round Dennis Bailey, but John Moore, the fullback, just pushed him into touch. So a scrum down. That comes out on the Dewsbury side. Don Richardson will come up with the ball for Dewsbury. It's Chris Squires. Marsden. Sean Walmsley. Dewsbury still struggling to get out of their own 25. Marsden plays it back to Shuttleworth with the kick. Brian Johnson will go back for this one with Rick Thackeray, and Thackeray's the one who picks it up. But well tackled by Sean Dunford. This time it's Peters, sends it left to Ronnie Dwayne. Johnson on to Boyd. Dave Allen makes it to the Dewsbury 25-yard line. Tamati onto Bishop, to Peters, back to Bishop, onto Gittins, did well to take it, but then loses the ball, and that will be a knock-on. A scrum down just outside the Dewsbury 25, which Don Richardson will feed. And Warrington penalised once again. And stand-off Paul Shuckleworth. And his attempt at touch, well taken by Johnson. Johnson comes inside, beats one tackle. He's going down the wing, Johnson's away, he's only got the full-back to beat, he's going for the corner. And he's over, great try, but the touch judge says he was in touch once again. The Dewsbury full-back John Moore, a try-saving tackle on Brian Johnson, who appears to be limping from that tackle. And Brian Johnson injured as he went for the corner. And it's a Warrington ball, Sanderson. Warrington then on the attack, 2 yards from the Dewsbury line. Bishop goes himself on to play the ball. And the referee says he bounces the ball. An attack for Dewsbury from their own 25. Jeff Leary. Shuckleworth. A nice pass from Richardson. And loses the ball, and Mark Foster picks it up for Warrington. Les Boyd sends it left to right to Tamati. Pushes off one man. Finally it takes 4 Dewsbury players to bring him down. Foster onto Jackson. Jackson well tackled by Marsden. And offside against Paul Shuckleworth. And Paul Bishop attempting to go for goal. So Paul Bishop, 34 goals already to his credit, but is wide with that attempt. 34 goals this season for Paul Bishop. But a drop out for Dewsbury, which Shuckleworth will take. Jackson takes play back inside the Dewsbury half. Tamati onto Sanderson. Sanderson cuts inside. Tamati out to Dave Allen. Allen well tackled by Sean Wansley. Once again it's Tamati, sends it left onto Bishop. Bishop out to Peters. Peters onto Dwayne. Dwayne gets his ball out to Thackeray. Thackeray coming back across field. Cuts inside one tackle, finally brought down by Marsden. And then by Richardson. Tamati onto Gittins. Gittins onto Steve Peters. Steve Peters onto Jackson. Jackson onto Mark Foster. Mark Foster back to Sanderson. And Warrington, 6th tackle. Tamati onto, goes himself onto Bishop. Bishop with the kick. Boyd's after it. Hits the post. Still loose. And it comes to Rick Thackeray, who scores. And Rick Thackeray scores for Warrington. Sean Dunford dropped the ball, and Rick Thackeray had the easy task of picking the ball up and just going over the Dewsbury line to make it 10 points to 0. And Brian Johnson, the Warrington fullback, leaves the field. That injury over in that far corner when he was going for the line means he comes off to be replaced by Paul Ford as Paul Bishop. Left-footed and another poor effort from Bishop. Just under a quarter of an hour gone. Warrington 10, Dewsbury 0. And Paul Ford comes into the action for Brian Johnson and will take his place at fullback. As Shuttleworth restarts. Well taken by Gary Sanderson. Tamati on to Dave Allen. Allen brought down by Broxholm. Tamati to Gittins. Bishop onto Peters. Tamati to Bishop. Bishop with the kick for touch. And another good kick from Paul Bishop. Taking play inside the Dewsbury 25. Richardson feeds, comes out on the Dewsbury side, gets it away to Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth, a long pass out. Matt Collins still going. Squires. Keith Mason being pushed back. Richardson sends it right. Marsden. Shuttleworth. Walmsley can't get the ball away. Marsden once again onto Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth caught though by Steve Peters. Sixth tackle for Dewsbury. The kick from John Moore. Carbett takes it safely. Gets his ball away to Foster, who can't take the pass. And a knock on. And a scrum down. And once again, a free kick to Dewsbury in the scrum. So Shuttleworth puts the ball into touch. Marsden, Richardson, this time it's Mason. Mason finally brought down by Tamati. Marsden, long pass out, Richardson, looking for the gap, well tackled by Sanderson. Once again it's Marsden, sends it right with Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth, Squires. John Moore coming up in attack from full-back. Squires once again, Shuttleworth. Nice pass on to Jeff Leary, but Les Boyd brings him down. And in fact loses the ball, and a scrum down and another scrum. Well, Dewsbury at the bottom of the First Division table, 4 wins to their credit this season. At home beating Salford and Swinton, away at Bradford and surprisingly at Halifax. But Warrington win the ball from that scrum. Bishop onto Peters, Peters, Paul Ford. Peters, Tamati, and offside against Mick Collins. Gives Warrington the free kick. Bishop has the ball and puts it into touch. Peters will take it. Tamati, Bishop, Peters, Sanderson. Sanderson makes it to the Dewsbury 25. Ford onto Boyd. Boyd knocks off one man, gets the ball back to Peters, onto Bishop. Bishop looking for the gap, still going, gets the ball away to Dwayne. Dwayne going for the corner. And once again, the touch judge has his flag in the air over in that far corner. And once again, it's a scrum. Which Richardson will feed for Dewsbury. As the packs parts and go down once more. Once again, the packs reform. It's Bishop, goes blindside, going for the corner, but just stops short and then loses the ball. John Moore comes up with it for Dewsbury. Richardson gets away from one tackle, still going. Leary, tackled by Jackson. Keith Mason brought down halfway inside the Dewsbury 25. Marsden back to Shuttleworth with the kick, and it looks a good one. Brian Carbett going back for it and takes it, and offside against Dennis Bailey. Once again, Paul Bishop puts the ball into touch and sets Warrington up on the attack inside the Dewsbury 25. Tamati will take the tap. Les Boyd charges through, still going, he's going for the corner, and he's in. Les Boyd beats off numerous tackles and goes in for his second try. Just over halfway through the first half. And Les Boyd scores his second try. Once again, beating off numerous Dewsbury tacklers to go in at the corner. So Paul Bishop, one goal so far. That one's a better one, but just goes to the right of the posts. Once again, Shuttleworth will restart for Dewsbury. Warrington 14, Dewsbury 0. Sanderson, brought down by Keith Mason. Tamati, 3 Dewsbury players bring him down. Sanderson to Jackson. Tamati to Bishop. Gittins comes back right before he's brought down by Squires and Leary. Tamati onto Bishop. Bishop kicks charge down, but regains the ball off the Dewsbury player. 6 more tackles. Tamati looking to get the ball away, but brought down by Graham Marsden. Foster onto Dave Allen. Tamati to Jackson. Jackson's brought down in midfield. Tamati, right this time to Bishop. Bishop, a long pass out. Bounces before Carbett can pick it up, and Dennis Bailey goes for it, but it's gathered by Mark Foster. But that is a scrum down. Richardson feeds Dewsbury ball, Shuckleworth on to Moore. Moore tackled by Peters, gets it away to Richardson. Good pass out to Mark Collins. Mark Collins beats one tackle before he's brought down. Shuckleworth. Jeff Leary, tackled by Jackson and Dave Allen. Shuckleworth, dummies. Squires. Paul Broxholm, finally brought down by Steve Peters. Mason, good tackle by Tamati and Steve Peters. Squires acting halfback, sends it right to Shuckleworth. Shuckleworth with the kick. Paul Ford takes it to his own 25, comes across field, cuts back inside, brought down by Shuckleworth. Still going, finally Squires brings him down. Bishop, on to Sanderson. Sanderson comes in field, looking for the gap, still going. Makes good ground before he's brought down. Tamati, on to Dave Allen. Allen to Gittins, Gittins a long pass out. And once again Brian Carbett has trouble in taking the difficult pass, and as a result knocks the ball on. And Warrington about to make their second substitution. Steve Peters appears to be limping as he goes off, and it's replaced by Tony Hodson. Dave Allen goes to stand off. And Tamati goes into the second row. Bishop comes away with the ball. This time it's Sanderson. Knocks off one man. Tony Hodson then first touch of the ball to Bishop. On to Dave Allen. Allen to Tamati. Once again it's Hodson. Bishop. Bishop. Boyd. Boyd this time can't take the pass. Neither can Bailey. Hodson finally regathers for Warrington, just inside his own half. Bishop on to Mark Foster. Mark Foster beats one tackle. Finally brought down though by Shuckleworth. Hodson. Dave Allen. Dave Allen back inside to Gittins. Gittins tackled by Marsden. Hodson left to Bishop. Bishop comes back inside, finds the gap. Bishop's away, so he got the fullback to beat. Slips as he looked for Hodson coming up on his right. Hodson this time to Gittins. Gittins to Dave Allen. Dave Allen managed to get his ball away. Finally picked up by Mark Foster, who gets it away to Carbett. Carbett still going. Ford on to Bishop. Bishop with the kick across field. Jackson goes for it, it goes loose. And finally Jeff Leary picks it up for Dewsbury in front of his own posts. Squires this time, hands it on to Sean Walmsley. Marsden tackled by Hodson. Richardson. This time it's Shuckleworth with the kick ahead. Dave Allen goes back and takes it well, going across field. Evades one tackle, finally brought down though by Mark Collins and Paul Shuckleworth, but Warrington back in the Dewsbury 25 and on the attack. Les Boyd. Les Boyd looking to break tackles again, still going, gets the ball away to Paul Ford. Paul Ford dummies. 6 more tackles for Warrington. Carbett on to Bishop, Bishop to Gittins, Gittins to Tamati, Tamati, but his pass is intercepted by Jeff Leary, and Leary gets the ball away on the counter-attack now. as John Moore came away with the ball, but the referee brings play back for a forward pass from Leary to John Moore. Scrum down midway inside the Dewsbury 25. Warrington 14, Dewsbury 0. Bishop feeds. Warrington ball. Dave Allen onto Paul Ford. Ford and his pass intercepted by Collins, but then he loses the ball and Ford back in possession. This time it's Foster onto Hodson. Hodson brought down by Mick Collins. This time it's Mark Foster, sends it left with Dave Allen. Allen goes himself. Brought down by Sean Worsley. Bishop's acting half-back, sends it left to Hodson, back to Bishop. On to Les Boyd, and that's his hat-trick. So easy there for Les Boyd. And scores his hat-trick of tries in the first half. Just under half an hour gone. And Les Boyd goes over for his third try, Warrington's fourth. This time a more easier kick for Paul Bishop. In front of the posts. And no trouble with that one. Makes the score, Warrington 20 points, Dewsbury 0. And already Les Boyd has got 3 of those tries. Half an hour gone. 10 minutes left in the first half. Shuttleworth restarts. Taken by Tommy Gittins. Gittins hands it on to Tamati. Tamati going across field. Finally brought down by Richardson and Shuttleworth. Hodson to Sanderson. Sanderson still going. Hodson once more, sends it left to Les Boyd. Les Boyd onto Jackson. Jackson finds a gap. Well tackled though by Keith Mason. Bishop. Hodson. Back to Bishop. Bishop onto Gittins. Gittins goes back left. Finally straightens up. Sanderson to Bishop. Bishop with the kick. Bailey takes it. Brought down by Foster and Hodson. Marsden. Jeff laid it. Brought down by Tamati and Bishop. Marsden. Richardson. Mason. Marsden onto Shuttleworth. Laid it. Squire sends it right with Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth sends it back inside to Marsden. Marsden though brought down by Tommy Gittins and Les Boyd. 6 tackle for Dewsbury. Still inside their own half. Shuttleworth. And he's brought down, and that's the 6th tackle. And that will be the turnover. Hodson on to Bishop. Bishop to Tamati. Tamati finally brought down by Broxholm. Hodson to Boyd. Boyd gets the ball away to Sanderson, but Sanderson tackles as soon as he gets the ball. Hodson to Tamati. Tamati back inside to Foster. Foster still going, hands it on to Hodson. Hodson, now it's Carbett, gets away from the winger. Bailey going for the corner, and this time he's in. But this time, the touch judge in that corner says it's in touch once again. Warrington crossed the line for the 4th time. And for the 4th time, the referee says, the linesman says as well, that was in touch. Ball comes out, picked up by Dave Allen. Dave Allen goes across field, finally straightens up. So 4 times the linesmen have put their flags up as Bishop hands it on to Gittins. Gittins on to Paul Ford. Paul Ford to Dwayne. Dwayne out to Thackeray. Thackeray's going inside and going for the line. Adds there. Rich Thackeray records his second try. 5 tries so far for the Wire. 3 to Boyd, now 2 for Thackeray. And Rich Thackeray now injured after scoring that try in the corner. Well, that makes it Warrington 24, Dewsbury 0. 5 minutes remaining in this first half. As Thackeray receives treatment in that corner. As Dewsbury look like making their first substitution of the game. Paul Jennings. Looks like he'll be coming on, and Rick Thackeray looks in some pain. The stretcher's coming on. The stretcher coming on for Rick Thackeray. Meanwhile, Paul Bishop, his kick goes wide as the referee stops the clock. As Brian Johnson will have to come back on. Meanwhile, Dewsbury making a substitution. Bringing off Paul Shuttleworth. Paul Shuttleworth. Who I thought was, at the moment, Dewsbury's best player being substituted. Meanwhile, Rick Thackeray goes off on the stretcher. Brian Johnson resumes for Warrington, who will take probably Thackeray's place over on that wing. Meanwhile, Sean Dunford for Dewsbury gets the game underway. Hodson fumbles the ball, but goes backwards. Goes across field, looks for the gap. Brought down though by Sean Warnsley. This time it's Carbett, on to Jackson. Jackson, another good run. Hodson to Sanderson. Once again it's Hodson to Bishop. On to Tamati. Hodson once again, back to Bishop. Bishop onto Les Boyd. Boyd gets the ball away, back to Bishop. Bishop onto Hodson. Hodson now gets the ball back to Gittins. Did well to take it on to Tamati. Tamati now. And a good pass out. It's Mark Foster. Mark Foster out into the Dewsbury 25, and Brian Johnson is finally put into touch. Over on that far side. So 4 minutes remain in the first half. Warrington 24, Dewsbury 0, and Bishop from the scrum goes for the corner. Warrington now, Tamati. Still going. Hodson to Jackson. Hodson this time to Gittins. Gittins though slips before he's brought down by Keith Mason. Les Boyd once again, but this time Dewsbury wise to the move. 6th tackle. Hodson to Bishop. Bishop on to Dave Allen, but Dave Allen well tackled as he went for the line. That's the 6th tackle, and that is the turnover. Dunford comes away with it. Keith Mason brought down halfway inside the Dewsbury 25. Marsden finally offside. In fact, the referee gives the free kick to Dewsbury. And substitute Paul Jennings puts the ball into touch. Marsden, Richardson back to Mason. Marsden sends it right again to Richardson. Richardson goes himself but meets Hodgson and Jackson. Closing minutes now of the first half. Marsden, poor pass, well taken though by Squires, hands it on to substitute Jennings, good run. Squires is acting halfback, hands it on to Warnsley, well tackled though by Sanderson. This time the kick coming in from Chris Squires. Ford takes it safely and goes forward. Good run there from Paul Ford. Sanderson goes himself, brought down by Jennings. Tamati, tackled by both second row men of Dewsbury, Leary and Broxholm, aided by Mason. This time it's Hodgson on to Bishop now. Gittins back inside Dave Allen's got space now, he's got Boyd up with him, goes himself, still going. Finally brought down by Squires, good run from Dave Allen, but then loses the ball to John Moore. A poor pass, and Jeff Leary is in trouble, and Norman Bailey has to pick the ball up, and then he's tackled by Jackson, and Dewsbury were at 6s and 7s there. Poor pass, Leary couldn't take it inside his own try area, and finally Jackson tackled Bailey for a dropout. Jennings takes it, Boyd, Les Boyd goes forward, gets away from two men, still going into the Dewsbury 25. Once again another good run from Les Boyd. Ronnie Dwayne's acting halfback this time. On to Bishop to Gittins onto Sanderson. But Sanderson's well tackled. And there goes the half-time hoot-up. It's half-time, Warrington 24, Dewsbury 0. 3 tries from Les Boyd, 2 tries from Rick Thackeray, 2 goals from Bishop. Dewsbury at the moment have not scored at all. So at half-time, Warrington leading by 24 points to 0. So Warrington return onto the pitch for the second half, leading by 24 points to 0. Steve Peters is back on for Warrington, and Brian Johnson has left the field once more. So Steve Peters, injured in the first half, now back on with a bandaged knee. And off has gone Brian Johnson. The Dewsbury side, the same that ended the first half. So it will be Warrington attacking the railway end of the ground in this second half, who get the second half underway with Paul Bishop. Paul Jennings, the substitute who came on in the first half for Dewsbury, takes it and stopped short of his own 25 by Gary Sanderson. Marsden to Richardson. Richardson though caught by Hodgson and Tamati. Marsden sends it left, this time it's Squires with the kick. Paul Ford will take this one inside his own 25. Bounces nicely for him. Comes away, beats one man, still going. Finally brought down by Mick Collins. Carbett to Foster. Foster still going. Bishop to Jackson. Jackson. He's held by Jennings. And Broxholm. This time it's Gittins. Gittins onto Tamati. Tamati's still going, finally gets the ball out to Mark Foster, his pass. Hodgson is in the way, and a knock on. And a scrum down, which Richardson will feed. Dewsbury ball, but Dewsbury get the free kick. Foot up in the scrum. So this time Chris Squires of Dewsbury puts the ball into touch just inside the Warrington 25. 2 balls on the pitch. As Marston takes the tap onto Richardson. Richardson hands it on to Keith Mason. Mason brought down inside the Warrington 25. Marston to Richardson. Richardson back to Walmsley. Walmsley's held by Les Boyd. And Sanderson. This time Marsden goes himself on the play the ball, brought down by Hodgson. Richardson sends it left, Squires dummies. This time Jeff Leary comes on to the ball before he's brought down by Tommy Gittins. Jennings is acting up and sends it left to Squires onto Collins. Collins though, being pushed back by Jackson and Mark Foster. 6 tackle then for Dewsbury. The high kick across field. Sanderson can't take it. And Paul Ford retrieves it for Warrington. Gary Sanderson. Bishop to Hodgson. Hodgson skips 1 tackle, skips 2 tackles. Was brought down by Mason and Walmsley. Bishop. Les Boyd. Just pushes off Paul Jennings. And Paul Jennings is layout full length on the Wilderspool turf. Referee comes over to talk to the linesman. And Jennings gets up and looking considerably groggy after that escapade with Les Boyd. And substitute Paul Jennings comes off the pitch as Bishop puts the ball into touch. And Jennings leaves the field, and on comes Andy Cooper. Andy Cooper will be prepared to come on as Les Boyd beats 1 tackle. Finally brought down by Sean Dunford and Keith Mason. And now Tamati and Mason having a little argument. And Keith Mason shows his elbows to the referee. And Keith Mason has a talking to from Kevin Allett. Meanwhile, substitute for Dewsbury, Andy Cooper takes the field. Warrington get the free kick. Bishop puts the ball into touch. Warrington set it up on the attack again. Tamati will take the tap. Has to hand it on to Gittins. Gittins brought down just on the Dewsbury 25-yard line by Paul Broxholm. This time it's Hodgson. Hodgson sends it right to Bishop. Bishop onto Allen. Allen to Tamati. Tamati escapes 2 tackles. Still going. And he's still going. And he has it on to Bishop. And Bishop goes over. Beautifully made by Kevin Tamati. Tamati there beats off 3 or 4 tackles, kept going, and Paul Bishop was the Warrington player who was up in support. And he danced round the fullback to go over under the posts. So, Paul Bishop. And that goal takes his tally for the afternoon to 10 points. Warrington move on to 30. Warrington 30 points, Dewsbury 0. So, Chris Squires for Dewsbury will restart. His team at the moment, 30 points in arrears, 30-0. Well taken by Gary Sanderson. Comes away with the ball. Goes straight and makes good ground before he's tackled by Andy Cooper and Paul Broxholm. Hodgson to Tamati. Tamati still going, just brought down by Marsden. Hodgson sends it on to Bishop. Bishop now. But as he tries to get his pass away, just caught by Jeff Leary. This time it's Hodgson though. Hodgson to Dwayne. Dwayne goes back across field, chugging off two men. Just had his ankles tapped, but still going. And the referee will call over Keith Mason, who just had a little argument with Kevin Tamati, and now goes in with the fist on Ronnie Dwayne. Referee Alex saying next time you'll be down the tunnel. And a stern talking to there for Keith Mason. Referee pointing his finger very hard, giving him a strong lecture. Flair tells him to get back. Gives Warrington the free kick. Paul Bishop once again successfully puts the ball into touch. And Warrington back in possession, just short on the halfway line. Bishop to Hodgson. Hodgson to Peters. Peters to Bishop. Bishop to Boyd. Boyd looking for the gap again, shugs off two men, still going. And once again, Les Boyd makes valuable yards for Warrington. Hodgson, this time it's on to Dave Allen. Dave Allen to Gittins. Gittins now, still going. Good tackle by Pat Howley. Dave Allen this time sends it right to Bishop. Bishop onto Tamati. Tamati. Forward onto Sanderson. Bishop. Allen. Les Boyd. Boyd shugs off one man. Gets the ball away to Hodgson. Hodgson looking for the gap. Still going. Still going, tries to hand the ball off to Ronnie Dwayne, but just couldn't get his ball away. Well tackled by John Moore. Six tackle, Bishop with the kick. Hanging awkwardly. Bailey's going for it, it goes loose and Moore manages to get the ball away for Dewsbury. Playing very well, the Dewsbury fullback, John Moore. Once again, he saves Dewsbury. Managed to get that ball away. So, drop out for Dewsbury, taken by Chris Squires. Les Boyd takes it. Goes forward. Beats off one man once more. Hodgson's acting halfback. From the play the ball, hands it on to Bishop. Bishop to Jackson. Hodgson to Bishop. Bishop to Gittins. Once again, Bishop from the play of the ball. Hands it on to Dave Allen. Allen makes ground into the Dewsbury 25. Hodgson to Gittins. Gittins to Jackson. Did well to take it. And now Paul Bishop. Looking injured in the middle of the field. Is it Dave Allen has it? Kick across field. Ronnie Dwayne goes for it and takes it beautifully. Hands it on to Steve Peters. Steve Peters goes back inside, gets it away to Sanderson, looking for a try, going for the line. Throws the ball wide to Dwayne. Dwayne's going for the corner, and he's there. Ron Dwayne scores in the corner. A nice pass from Sanderson, as he was about to be tackled got the ball away, and Ronnie Dwayne went over in the corner, despite the attentions of Sean Dunford. And with Paul Bishop injured, Tommy Gittins there thought he was going to have a little go at goal, but Brian Carbett comes over. Seven tries this afternoon for Warrington. At the moment, leading 34 points to 0. And Brian Carbett will try and add on a further 2 points. And the ball falls over. Referee out, stops the clock. So Brian Carbett on this near touchline. And the ball just goes agonisingly wide and falls just short. Warrington 34, Dewsbury 0. Squires restarts. Ford takes it. Coming out of his own 25. Hodson onto Tamati. Tamati back inside to Gittins. Gittins looking for the gap. Hands it onto Hodson. Hodson though well tackled by Broxholm. Bishop onto Gittins. Gittins to Tamati. Out to Foster. Foster's got space. Finds the gap. He's away. Foster still going. He's got the full back to beat. Comes back inside. Still going. And nobody will stop Matt Foster. Great try from inside his own half virtually. Matt Foster makes Warrington's 8th try. He got away from Dennis Bailey, cut inside the fullback John Moore, who made a despairing tackle. And Ford got away beautifully. Foster, got away beautifully. And went over unopposed. And Matt Foster puts his name on the score sheet. With quarter of an hour gone into the second half. Paul Bishop returns to the goal kicking responsibilities and hits the post. Warrington 38, Dewsbury 0. Matt Foster adding Warrington 8th try. Squires restarts. Gittins takes it well. Goes down the touchline, evades one tackle, still going. Good tackle though by Marston. Peters to Jackson. Jackson still going before he's finally brought down by Dunford and Marsden. Les Boyd. He's got Sanderson up in support. Well tackled though by Dunford. As Sanderson looked to be away. Hodson to Bishop. Bishop, Dave Allen. Dave Allen to Gittins. Gittins, well taken by Ronnie Dwayne. Shugs off one man, still going across field. Shugs off another, still going. Hands it on to Jackson. Jackson back inside to Boyd. Boyd beats one tackle, takes play inside the Dewsbury 25. Before he's stopped and pushed back. Hodson to Bishop. Gittins Allen, nice pass to Tamati. Tamati gets his ball away to Dave Allen. Skips one tackle, still going, dummies. And gets the ball away to Jackson. Jackson brought down by Bailey, 6th tackle. Bishop with the kick across field. And well taken there by Don Richardson. Under pressure, Andy Cooper. Dewsbury then deep inside their own 25. Mason. Easily brought down by Boyd and Jackson. Dewsbury electing to kick. With Squires, Ford. Took it well. Goes across field. Well tackled though by Mick Collins. Hodson from the play the ball goes himself. Cuts inside one tackle. Ford to Bishop. Bishop to Dave Allen. Sanderson on to Bishop. Bishop back inside to Gitties, looking for the gap. Just brought down 3 Dewsbury players. Stopping as Bishop hands it on. Well taken by Ford. Ford on to Tamati. Tamati just can't get the ball away. Dewsbury back in possession. And a free kick to Dewsbury. Chris Squires. And that's a good kick from Chris Squires. Dewsbury still looking for their first score of the game. Richardson to Mason. Mason well tackled by Tony Hodson. Dewsbury. This time it's Wansley going across field. Good tackle by Sanderson. And Tommy Gittins. Squires juggled the ball before he was stopped. Richardson once again. Walmsley. Gittins brings him down. Andy Cooper. Marsden. Squires. Dewsbury still throwing the ball around. But this time Paul Broxholm just couldn't take the pass. But in fact it's a free kick to Dewsbury. And Dewsbury electing to tap. Hodson though brings down Squires. Marsden onto Mason. Mason charges in, 3 Warrington players bring him down. Jackson, Dave Allen and Tommy Gittins, and this time the touch judge is on. And the free kick is given to Dewsbury. The referee points to Dave Allen. And Chris Squires once again electing to put the ball into touch to set Dewsbury up on the attack. Halfway through the second half, Warrington 38, Dewsbury 0. Mason knocks off Boyd, still going. Dewsbury still looking for that first points of the day. Richardson, but Jeff Lady can't find any way through. Richardson's acting halfback, sends it left to Marsden. Marsden electing to go himself, gets the ball away to Richardson, back inside to Matt Collins. Looks to have found the gap, but tackled by Hodson. Richardson once more. Squires, good pass out, a chance here, Dunford, and that is the forward pass. And Warrington get the free kick for talking against Mick Collins, and then given a further 10 yards as Dewsbury argue with the referee's decision. And Collins being called across by referee out. And the free kick to Warrington is Paul Bishop. Once again puts the ball into touch. Hodson will take the tap. Les Boyd. He's stopped by 3 Dewsbury players. And a free kick to Warrington. Pinching the ball against Mickey Collins. When Les Boyd was held, so Bishop a chance to add a few more yards towards the Dewsbury line. Bishop will take the tap. 21 minutes gone in the second half. It's on to Sanderson. Sanderson, his pass though just couldn't get through to Tony Hodson. And Dewsbury are in possession. Mason. Dewsbury still swinging the ball about, but Richardson caught in possession by Gittins and Jackson. Cooper. And finds the gap, but just can't get away. Slipped as he found the gap. Marsden. Squires with the kick. Duane and Ford are there. Bounces awkwardly. Ford comes away with the ball. Back inside comes Brian Carbett. Still going one way, then the other. Gets away from one tackle, still going. Found having to be brought down by fullback John Moore. Hodson onto Sanderson. Good run from Sanderson. Jackson. Hodson onto Bishop. Bishop, Dave Allen. This time it's Les Boyd coming onto the ball, but well tackled by Broxton, Holm and Dickinson. Gittins, long pass out. Mark Foster takes it well, comes back inside and he's looking for the gap away and finds it. And Mark Foster's away again. He's only got the fullback to be, goes for the corner. Gets his pass out to Carbett, but the referee gives the forward pass. But once again, Mark Foster finding the gap over on that right wing. This pass to Carbett, adjudged to be forward. And the referee gives the free kick once again to Dewsbury. Squires. Richardson onto Mason. Mason though well tackled, and Les Boyd comes away with the ball. Tamati now, good pass out to Dave Allen. Dave Allen though the ball goes behind him, picked up by Mark Foster, coming back across field, and finally brought down by Richardson. Tamati to Duane. Duane now going for the corner, still going. And a good run from Ronnie Duane. Going left, Jackson, head down. Stopped short of the Dewsbury line. Bishop's acting half-back. Crossfield back inside, Hodson. Hodson still going. Good tackling though from Dewsbury. Keep Warrington out. Tamati has to kick the ball back and Brian Carbett picks it up. Goes across field, cuts back inside, gets away from Andy Cooper. Sixth tackle for Warrington. Bishop with the little kick at crossfield. Steve Peters goes for it, Foster. And Mark Foster goes in for his second try. Steve Peters went up for the ball. Went loose. And Foster went over. Warrington then. Scored 9 tries. As Paul Bishop. On this near touchline, but wide, it swings in, but goes wide. So Warrington now 42, Dewsbury 0, 9 tries, but only 3 goals. Well, 6 goals missed. Could have taken Warrington over 50. But as it is, it's 42-0. The Squires restarts. Ford takes it. Comes away with the ball. Jinks inside, beats one tackle. Makes it to the 25 virtually. This time it's Sanderson. Tamati. Going through once again, breaking tackles, hands it on, but just couldn't get the ball away to Foster's, who was going through on the right. Bishop. Dave Allen gets the ball away, Gittins to Boyd, Boyd to Dwayne. This race here for Ronnie Dwayne. Dwayne still going. Good tackle, John Moore. As Dwayne was on the attack for Warrington, Sanderson out to Dave Allen. Dave Allen picked up by Jackson. Jackson going across field, beats the tackles, hands it on to Foster. Foster dummies onto Carr, but Carr just can't take the pass, and Bailey retrieves it for Dewsbury. Dunford gets the ball away. Andy Cooper, well tackled by Gary Sanderson. Well played by Paul Broxholm. Dunford. And Dunford loses the ball. Warrington in possession. Up with the ball comes Tony Hodson. Jackson now onto Gittins. Nice pass there from Tamati onto Boyd. Right way, he's going for the corner, and nobody will stop him. Ronnie Dwayne goes in for his second try. Warrington chalk up 10 tries. Once again though, Paul Bishop having a difficult task with the goal kick being wide out on the touchline. So Paul Bishop, the ball curling in and just dropped short. So Warrington 46, Dewsbury 0. Squires restarts. Tamati. Nicely taken. Coming away. Running hard at the Dewsbury defence, but he's brought down by Broxholm. Hodson onto Sanderson. Takes 4 Dewsbury players to bring him down. Hudson to Bishop. Dave Allen gets the ball away to Gittins onto Boyd to Jackson. Jackson stops, comes back inside, still going. brought down on the halfway line. Boyd, Dave Allen, poor pass, has to be taken by Ford, and Ford caught in possession by Andy Cooper. Bishop, Little kick through, Foster goes for it, well taken by Bailey, and Bailey still going, but just slips as he met Tommy Gittins. Collins still going, gets the ball away to Richardson onto Squires. Squires just can't get through at the moment. Dewsbury looking for their first score. This time it's Swansley. Dewsbury swinging it across the line. And Dwayne boots the ball ahead. It's a chase for the ball now. Lloyd Dwayne's going for it. Cooper retrieves it. He bounces favorably for Lloyd Dwayne. He's going for the corner. Nobody will stop him. Oh, well played there by Pat Howley. Beautifully defended, but Lloyd Dwayne there nearly went over for his hat-trick. Brian Carbett left it for Ronnie Dwayne. And Pat Howley did a brave job going back for Dewsbury to kick the ball clear. Pat Howley stopped Warrington from making 50. Poor kick out, goes straight to Dave Allen. Dave Allen makes play straight inside the Dewsbury 25, hands it on to Hodson. Hodson, then it's Foster. Once again it's Hodson. Hodson onto Bishop. Bishop. Gittins. Boyd. Dwayne. Dwayne still going. Finally brought down by Dunford. Tamati from the play, the ball goes himself. Brought down by Paul Broxholm. Bishop once again. Jackson cuts back inside. Tamati. Bishop, good pass out, Boyd. But just brought down and Dunford comes away with the ball. Marston. Caught by Hudson. Mason hit hard by Les Boyd. And Les Boyd and Mason having a go at each other, and now a fight begins to start. Mason, the big number 8, who's been in everything at the moment for Dewsbury. And the referee calls over Keith Mason. It's already been warned twice by the referee, and this time will go into the referee's book.
Ladies and gentlemen, Warrington's Les Boyd.
And as the referee calls over Les Boyd, he receives the Man of the Match award. So free kick to Warrington. Bishop puts the ball into touch. Chance now for Warrington to get 50 points. Bishop will take it. Hodson comes on to Gittins. Gittins drives forward. Once again, Mason's in there for Dewsbury. Tamati from, it's on to Boyd. Boyd takes it well. Is he in for his 4th? On his back, says the referee. Les Boyd then nearly scoring his 4th try. Referee says he was on his back. So 5 minutes remain as Dewsbury come away with the ball. John Moore there. This time it's Squires with the kick through, but Ford comes for it and takes it nicely. Gets away from two Dewsbury tacklers, going on to Carbett. Carbett jigs inside one and another, still going, moves in field, finally brought down. This time it's Sanderson. Hodson to Bishop, Bishop, Allen back to Bishop, Bishop has to change direction, caught in possession, but knocks over Richardson and then knocks the ball on. And a scrum down. Now inside the last 5 minutes. Warrington 46, Dewsbury 0. And once again, Warrington penalised in the scrum. Once again, Dewsbury had the free kick. So Squires, good kick. Marsden, Richardson hands it on, a chance now here. Richardson, Squires comes back inside, gets it onto Richardson, Richardson onto Marsden, Marsden to Mason, Mason comes in and Warrington quickly bring him down, much to the pleasure of the Warrington fans. And then a kick through as Mason faced up to Les Boyd. Paul Ford took that very nicely and caught by Leary. Warrington then, can they get 50 before the hooter goes? Once again, another good run from Jackson. Hodson dummies, comes back inside, clears the 25. Bishop, a good kick through, Foster goes for it, and it bounces nicely, Foster's away, a chance here, Foster still going, and his pass, he just couldn't get it away to Gittins, Gittins kicks on. Brian Carbett picks it up, and they'll go all the way back for the knock-on and a scrum. But a nice kick there from Paul Bishop, and Mark Foster got the ball, but his pass, as he tried to get the ball away, just knocked the ball on. Dewsbury had the ball. Squires. Richardson. Cooper back inside to John Moore. Good run by Jeff Leary. Don Richardson out to Squires. Squires again with the kick through. Dave Allen goes back for Warrington, takes it well and gets up before he's brought down by Andy Cooper. Warrington then in now to the last minute. Sanderson. Bishop on to Tamati. Tamati still going. Jackson will take the play of the ball, hands it on to Boyd. Boyd held in the tackle. Bishop to Gittins, Gittins onto Dave Allen looking for a gap, hands it on to Sanderson, Sanderson onto Johnny Dwayne, Dwayne now back inside to Bishop, Bishop going for the line out to Jackson, what a try! To mark 50 boys for the Wyatt. Jackson ends the move to go over to make it Warrington 50, Dewsbury 0. A nice break, Dave Allen on to Sanderson, Sanderson to Dwayne, Dwayne came back inside, handed it on to Bishop, and Bishop a floated pass over the head of the Dewsbury fullback, and Jackson went over under the posts to make it Warrington 50, Dewsbury 0. And for the second time this season, Warrington sharp 50 points up. They scored 62 against Sheffield in the first round of the Cup. and now make it 50 points to 0 here at Wilderspool against Dewsbury. And Paul Bishop will try and convert. The try and no trouble at all. And in fact, there goes the hooter. Warrington scoring 52 points to Dewsbury's 0, right on the hooter the 50 points came. At half-time it was 24-0. And the Warriors are scoring 2 tries from Ronnie Dwayne, 2 tries from Mark Foster, 2 tries from Rick Thackeray, a try from Bishop, 3 tries from Boyd, and a try right on the hooter from Jackson. There's 4 goals only from Bishop. And perhaps if they'd kicked the others, Warrington would have made a more substantial score. But as it is, 52 points to 0 is the final score. So here at Wilderspool, as Warrington and Dewsbury leave the field, the final score is Warrington 52, Dewsbury 0.